Hi guys, welcome again to Color Channel. And as we have explained in the previous video that we are explaining about various process on getting green card in the United States of America. So now we will be discussing on the process starting from the beginning up to the end.
After winning,
yes,
what's the process you have to go through?
Yes. So the previous video we explained how we applied, and if you want to proceed with this story, you have to know. So what are the official process? And actually, maybe we usually have to say a disclaimer. We are not immigration lawyers, so don't take our advice as
legal advice.
No. The legal advice. If you want the legal advice, I think you have to consult
the professional immigration lawyers. Yeah.
So here we are here to help the society, to help people to understand how the green card process is just going through. So yeah, for me, I have a summary, but my brother here, he has experienced it. He have been doing this kind of work in explaining to people how they apply, how do they go through processes. And
here we have the person who went through the process, the winner of
yes.
the green card lottery.
Yes.
So it will be very good, like talking about the theory part, and then you have a practical case point of view.
Yes.
So maybe you can start like, okay, you check the results, and it looks like you have been selected
yes.
to come to America. So can you take us the processes? What next from knowing that you have won? What were the process followed from there? What did you do then?
So actually, when you find out that you have been selected among those 50,000 people who are coming to United States of America, what you have to do, you have just keep calm, read the information. I think the immigration website, which you receive an email from the immigration, you have to follow that page.
Yeah, they have a link is called "If you are selected."
Yes,
there is a link there.
Yes,
it has every official information.
Yes, so in that website they have everything, starting from the first procedure on what you have to do, like you have to make a follow-up, like finding out when your number will be scheduled. And usually you cannot know the exact day of when you will be doing the interview, so you have to estimate. There is a previous visa bulletins of previous years, and they usually put that information in the website. You can go in the website, you can find those information. So for instance, on our case, when we got selected, we started reading the previous visa bulletin.
And for those who do not know, visa bulletin is just the public information, yes, which they say, okay, this month we are going to process from this number to this number, from this number to this number. So you look for previous visa bulletin, previous year, you can know, like, okay, my number is 10,000, yes, maybe, okay, so when 10,000 was falling under which month, yes, then you can be able to predict in that way.
Yes. So for us, because our number was about 39 something, we were expecting our interview to be in June. So we waited until the next year. I think it was February or March. It is when we started contacting the immigration in the United States of America. We sent the email. But before that, we had to read some information on how to do. So they give you a long period of time for you to prepare yourself. Actually, if your number is not being the first numbers.
Yes.
So after we send the information, they were putting us on a pending list. We already submitted our information, but we were...
And the information you are submitting through what you call the DSC 260.
Yes.
Which is a very long form.
Yes. You have to feed the information, and you have to put the passport. And actually, they will be asking some of other questions which you were asked during the application. So you have to include your relatives, because if you don't include your relatives in application,
and you have to clarify when you say by relative.
Yes.
Because in the African mind, you are putting the uncle, whatever. No, relative means immediate family.
Yes, immediate family. For example, if you have babies, you have to include them. If you do not include them during the process, it will be very, very hard for you to bring them while you are here in the United States of America.
The only exception is you applied in October, but the baby is born after applying, or you got married after applying. That is the different case. But during the application, you say, I don't have a child, and you come to find out your child is 10 years old and you didn't include, that's when so much trouble.
Yes. I mean, the good thing of DS 260 is that, there is life changes during the application. So maybe some people, they were not married.
Then you got married, or someone passed away.
So it is good to get married before you apply, before you fill the DS260, because the DS260 will be the updates of your information which you sent before you were doing
when you applied it to the after on the day you are filling the DS260.
Yes. So another thing is you have to process the police criminal records. I think many countries, I don't know, you have to check about the policy from your country, but many countries, usually the police criminal record lasts for 6 months. For 6 months. So it is very important to prepare those documents in early stage, because if you estimate that your interview will be, for instance, in July, you can process that document from February or March. Which is very nice. But another thing, if that information expires, for instance, you can just go and process another one. And
because the police have already cleared, it will be just a quick update. It will not be like the first one when they are going to give you.
Yes, and the other thing, if you are living in a country which is not the country of
your nationality.
Your nationality or the origin. For instance, on our case, we were in South Korea when we got this opportunity. So you have to process the police record in every country you are in.
You lived for more than 6 months.
More than 6 months. And I think those are the things you have to prepare first. And the other thing is medical checkup. Medical checkup, it costs a lot of money.
The smallest thing will be because there are certain requirements. So those requirements, and their minimum is 300. That will be the cheap.
Yes.
But in most cases, 300 to 500 in most cases for per person.
Yes.
So
and it depends. And actually, you just don't go and find your doctor or your hospital,
or go to your witch doctor.
Yes. So there is a recommendation. You have to ask the embassy you want to, the one you choose to go and get the interview. So you have to ask them. They have
recommended certain doctors in the particular country.
Yes, they have a designated hospitals. They are on list. So if you, for example, if you want to go and be interviewed maybe in U.S. Embassy, for instance, in Kenya, you have to go to their website. There are hospitals. Or if you want to be interviewed in Tanzania, for instance, you have to go in the United States Embassy, and then you look on those hospitals, and then you can go and do a checkup there. So the warning about the medical checkup, if you check very early before the interview,
you might go to a doctor who is not recommended, and they don't care.
They don't care. Or another thing, they can test you in this time, and then your information will expire. So,
and the other thing about the medical again is, which is very important to know, is there are special forms they have to be filled for that one. So if you go to a doctor who is not recommended, they don't have those forms, which are specific form are supposed to be filled in relation to that particular for immigration purposes. So they will not fill them. So those forms they don't don't matter.
So actually, those are things which you can do, but the first and foremost thing, you must prepare yourself financially.
Yeah.
Because it needs some money.
So like for instance, we told you about like medical. So we say like the smallest amount would be like 300.
Yes.
So going to, let's say, average 400, and that is per person.
Yes.
So if you are married, it's two people without kids, just assuming you times 2.
Yes, times 2. So it will be 600.
And then
US dollar.
Then there is police clearance record, criminal record. You don't get it for free. Yes, it might be $5-10, whatever, 15, but still it's not for free. You have to pay.
Yes.
But then there is a visa fee itself, which is 330 per person. Even if a child is 1 day old, has to get the visa.
You have to pay that amount. Yes. So the thing, you have to prepare a budget. You have to check your budget. But again, because there is no way you can escape from paying on those things, you have to pay.
You have to. And we said prepare financially, but you have to prepare mentally.
Yes.
Like
that is the important thing.
Because you might end up here, you can just come the first week, you can regret coming to America and go back to your own village.
Yes. And the other thing, you can be asking a lot of questions, because there is a lot of people who are out there, they want to help people, and you can check on them. You can open the website, which actually we did. We had to read a lot of information concerning green card, and then the next process will be called to the embassy, I think, which will be the coming topic. And
we mentioned at one time, like, you have to seek for immigration lawyer. But remember, when you talk about immigration lawyer, we are talking American immigration lawyer.
Yes.
Because sometimes you can go to your lawyer in Kenya, the lawyer who studied criminal law and all other family law of Kenya. The law of Kenya, because when you're going to the visa interview, you are going to American territory. By going just into that, opening the gate of U.S. embassy, you are not in Kenya, you are not in Tanzania, you are not in South Korea, you are in America. So the laws which are protected around there is American law. So for that case, you need to have someone understand immigration law of America, not immigration law of your country. So those just want to make sure that, yes, we are talking about these kind of things. We are not a legal expert, but we understand these processes. But if you want more specific, you can find immigration lawyers online who know American law, or someone who can be in your country but studied immigration law in America.
Yes.
Would be a good person to give very good advice.
Yes. And another thing which we didn't mention, I think, when you are applying, in the process of application, everyone who is applying for this process must have address. You have to find a family which is already settled here in the United States of America, and you have to include the address. That address will be everything to get the information, to get to know you, and you will be also questioned about that
because
address.
Because there is a DSU. Where are you going to stay?
Yes.
You're not going to be homeless in America. Otherwise, just stay back in your home country. You're not increasing the number of homeless here.
Yes. So the easiest thing is to just find the address, even if you are not going to settle there, but at least they need the physical address and where they will be sending the parcel when you arrive in the United States of America. So the next process is just to start the process of getting for the interview,
which we'll be having. That is a separate video about the interview itself.
Yes.
Because I know people are, what kind of question do they ask? Kind of that. Because she will be giving a special because there is interview between if you are going as a single and you're going with a family, things of that nature. So we'll talk a separate video just for the green card interview itself through lottery. So
guys, we have a lot of topics concerning immigration, and if you have any question, please put your questions through the comment, and we will be putting our social media, Facebook and WhatsApp, and contact information which you can be sending your questions, and we are here to help.
Exactly, yeah. Because that is the best thing in this world. If you want to make life simple, just succeed and make other people succeed. Life becomes simple. But if you don't want other people to succeed, you'll go down too. That's, yeah. So, thanks so much for having me.
Thank you very much
okay,
for your contribution.
We'll be back for another video. Yeah.